welcome to AI testing with Vijay. So in this video we are going to see about fixture, one of the fundamental requirement for Pytest. And in fixture we have advanced also, but for a basic understand I will walk you through the basics of fixture. Okay, fixture is nothing but an function. Okay, and this fixture functions will run before any sort of test function you want to execute. Okay, and you can apply these fixtures to a function so that it will make use of those inputs and process it. Okay, in this example right now on screen you are seeing I defined a label like pytest.fixture, and this is the fixture function, def inputs. So basically I am writing an inputs that was required in one function and returning that particular input. Okay, so in real world how you can use it is very simple. Like you have a database connection and you have all those details, right? For database you need URL, port number, password, all those stuff, right? So that things you will be defining them here and you can return them. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is like you have a different environment URLs like dev URL, QA URL. You want to test them, and this will act as an input. For suppose you wrote some two test cases, and you want to test that initially with a dev URL, then you want to change that to QA URL, right? So that case you just remove your dev URL and replace with the QA URL. So it's just an example, but in real world whenever you work on it definitely you will come to know that. And in some cases it will just act as an input. Okay, now in our example I just took some input data where my input data is just a number 10. Okay, and it will return the 10, right? So that's my input. Now let's see. So I defined my function and here I am taking fixture. As I told, it will be executed before. Okay, and so what it does exactly is initially when you try to execute this particular function, first this function will execute. Okay, then that function will return some data. It will make use of that data and process it. Okay, that's how a fixture will work. Okay, so now let's see the execution. For that what you need to do is pytest -v, and you can give the file name. Okay, but you want to know whether the fixture is tested first, I mean executed first or not. I executed first. Let's see. Okay, what will execute first, then we will see what I'm just commenting this. I want to check with one test first. Okay, now I try to execute it. Okay, now you see the fixture it get executed and it is passed because what is input is coming from somewhere, right? And that input is coming from this particular fixture function and the return of it, right? So it acts as, this fixture acts as an input for this. Okay, so this value came here, then it executed. Once that is done, then 10 double is equal to 10. Then since it is passed, this test case is passed. Now example, let's make this as a 20. Okay, now obviously 10 never equal to 20, right? So this test will fail automatically. Okay, so have you given any input here? No, but it gets from somewhere. How? It's all because of the fixture. So what we learned from here is fixture will execute first. It will act as an input for the rest of the test cases. Okay, so here I am just uncommenting it and I am just making it equal to 10. Okay, and try to execute. Now two test cases are executed. Okay, so this, it took 10 as an output. 10 double is equal to 10, always good. 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 double is equal to 20. Yes, obviously pass, right? So this is how you can make use of fixtures, nothing but a reusable functions. And the thing we need to learn here is, now fixtures are very restricted to this particular page. Okay, so you can't make use of fixtures in another page, okay, like another module. So now example, here I took test sub function and inputs, asset inputs minus is equal to, as you know, input is a 10, 10 minus 10 double is equal to 0. Both 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. That's true. If not, condition failed. Okay, now when I try to execute it, now you need to change the file name. I just duplicated it, first underscore 2, try to enter it. It says that use fixture test path for the help of, like, it can't find, the fixture is very limited to this particular page. Okay, it will not come to another way. You try to import the statement, you try to import that function, it doesn't make sense. Okay, like from first import star. So you know, in technically everything whatever you have from here, it will come from here also, right? So that's what import would do. But you try to execute it, it will make use of it. Okay, so until unless you import from that particular module, it won't execute. Okay, now you try to execute, it can't. Okay, so now what is the solution? Like, every time you want to import from one function to another, or you want some sort of common repository for that. So for that, the solution is, you need to create a file called conftest. Okay, so instead of using or importing from that, you can straight away cut this and paste it here. So since you are using Pytest, import Pytest, you need to give. Okay, now you haven't imported anything. Now here also you haven't imported anything, but still you can run those test cases. Now let's see. Now let's execute the first. It executed. Now execute the second. Executed. So basically what will happen is, when you try to execute program, when you fixtures initially, if they are available within that module, they can be executed. If they are not found in that particular module, then it will try to search for a file called conftest.py. It will go there, find that particular fixture, then execute it. Then it will we will get that in any page, so in any module. Okay, in any test functions you can get it. So here you haven't defined anything, here you haven't defined anything, but still you are getting output or input from the for that function required. So this inputs is a fixture, this is like a fixture. Okay, so I hope you understand what is fixture means. Okay, and how to create the conftest fixture for this Pytest. Okay, in advance, so fixture is not only fixture has certain limitations. Okay, you can apply it to classes, you can apply it to functions, you can apply it to files. Okay, all that you can do, but going forward we will see them in when we work on a real project, right? So that we will see. Okay, as of now, the takeout from this video is fixtures are just like an reusable functions, so which can be run before your test functions get executed, and it will apply those return values or which acts as an inputs for those test functions. And you can make use fixtures for common details, like database connection details, URLs, or some sort of input data that was required. And fixtures are very limited to that particular module or test pages. So if you want a common fixtures, then you need to define them in a conftest.py. So from there, every particular test file, it will make use of those fixtures. So this is the takeout from this video. I hope this video helps you. Thank you.